This episode is brought to you by Wizard of Rocks. Find out where the yellow brick road will lead you. Wizard of Rocks features thousands of pieces and unique varieties of crystals, gemstones, mineral specimens, jewelry, and magical wares. Go check out Knoxville's wizardiest rock shop, located at the Southern Market in the Bearden area of West Knoxville. They're open Monday through Saturday, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. at 5400 Homburg Drive. Whether you're a collector, a first-timer, or looking for the perfect gift, the Wizard has something for you. Tell them Creative Evolution sent you. Welcome to Creative Evolution, the show that gives artists a real plan for a long-term career. I'm your host, Josie J. Today, we have a very special episode because I am sitting down with my own bandmate, multi-instrumentalist, church music director, and the lead guitarist for Josi J and Dessert, Dwight Wilson, also known as The Wonder. Today, we are going to dive into how Dwight manages to balance it all: a demanding day job as Dwight from State Farm, gym time, church responsibilities, and raising 5 kids with his wife, all while maintaining a thriving music career. We'll talk about his chaotic first gig with our band, where he was left as the only musician playing chords, and how he focuses on just making it sound good. Dwight also shares his philosophy on the love walk and treating people with respect, why he believes in the 6 P's of preparation, and why you need to stop being your own biggest critic on stage. Remember, questions lead to answers. So keep asking. Let's start the evolution.
Can we do it?
Welcome to Creative Evolution. Dwight, I'm so excited that you are here.
Nice to see you again, as always. Always great to see you.
Yeah. So let's tell everybody who you are and where you came from and all the things. People want to know, who is Dwight Wilson and what does he do?
Man, I'm still trying to figure out who Dwight Wilson is now. Not even that. Realistically, I feel like Dwight is. It's hard to say who Dwight is now because he's still evolving. But who Dwight's kind of musician. Lived my whole life with music since I was little, kind of being born in church to now. What's led me into who I am. So I guess saying who I am now, Dwight, aka The Wonder. I just consider myself a musician, a fun guy, someone, yeah. Hopefully you guys get to know more about later in this interview.
You're a very fun guy. So where did music start for you?
Music started for me in church. I know you guys probably hear that from everyone, every musician that ever comes out. There's a lot of truth in that, and it really is kind of the backbone and the emphasis behind what makes me the player I am and the musician I am now.
How did you find guitar, or did the guitar find you?
I will say I found the guitar, and then the guitar found me. My first time picking up kind of a guitar, I was in elementary school, like 4th or 5th grade. You know, a fun story about it. We have a insurance office, so one of my mom's insurers or policyholders, he taught guitar at a studio called Pick and Grin over off Kingston Pike. I was like, hey, guitar looks cool. Look, really love music, all different types of instruments. Let's try this one. I'm gonna play this. Yeah, look, nothing can stop me. I'm gonna be the best guitar player ever. So I'm young. I'm maybe 9 or 10 years old. I'm go and parents get me a guitar. I'm like, yes, it's great. This black and white Yamaha. My god brother in Alabama actually has it still till today. But so the love for that instrument was there, and I was like, hey, here we go. I'm gonna start playing. I start taking lessons. Went to first lesson. Okay, yeah. Second lesson, this is not what I thought it was gonna be. Said, why do my fingers hurt and why am I here? Like this is, there's no reason this should hurt this bad. I try to keep going with it for a little bit and play in church and kind of say, hey, I eventually, by the time I hit 5th grade, even before middle school got there, the guitar was somewhere in the corner and I was long gone past that, trying to choose something else that didn't hurt as bad.
So you play multiple instruments. Tell us what all you play.
My first instrument, I feel like a lot of church musicians, was drums. Is everyone kind of get up that, if nothing else, you can at least kind of keep the beat for service. I grew up in a Pentecostal church. So sometimes if nothing else was there, that was what kept everything going, is just literally being the bass drum and the snare. If you could keep those 2 things going, then service could kinda continue to go. So started on drums, then went to guitar or what I wanna say started as guitar, dabbling with guitar, from there, my main instrument that I'm reminded, I just kind of met one of my friends from high school, and then she was like, "Dwight, where's your saxophone? Like, come play. Look, hey." And it was like, "What? What do you mean? I don't even play saxophone anymore." But that was really the instrument that got me truly involved with music and learning. I remember like sixth grade, kind of starting out in band classes and being like, "Hey, you know what? That's what these notes are. I've been around music my whole life, and I can improv and I can make it sound good because hey, that's kind of what we do in church. And yeah, and whether you know what note it is, it didn't matter as long as you could play and make it sound good. So learning kind of that emphasis of notes, and this is time signature. This is what these different keys this is what all this stuff kind of means and what's going on. Really made saxophone my bass instrument because that's when I really kind of learned that music isn't just kind of hearing this, and that. It was, hey, you can actually write this stuff. You can actually come in and see a chart and understand that, hey, this is exactly what that plays. And the same person come behind me and play the same thing. I played saxophone through high school. Well, easily kind of, I don't like being second. I guess the Wonder nickname is true. So
Were you first chair?
of course, yeah, I always had to sit first chair. So that was kind of now I probably hit my hardest struggles when I got to high school, especially like I didn't march because I always played football. I was the captain of the football team. So everyone else is playing year round and I'm only playing concert band. So I have these other guys who are really technical and they're getting better and better. I'm on saxophone, like struggling because I don't want to be anything but first chair. But yeah, everything is surpassing me. But realistically, it really made me drive to keep going and learn more. So different instruments. Hold on, we can't forget harmonica. Harmonica, everyone's played that in elementary school. I don't want to leave with anybody out.
Or record.
A recorder, harmonica, all the above.
So you play pretty much everything.
And I'm still learning different instruments. Of course, from saxophone, you say, hey, let's mess around on piano and see what this does. And now, even to today, I play piano on Sundays. Something I said I wasn't going to do, but I mean, life kind of, like they say, tell God what you're not gonna do, and He'll show you different. Um, Still, like I said, learning different instruments. It's something I've learned to enjoy. Bass guitar kind of came along with the guitar. Find me something else other than the spoons that my mom has been ticklish at, and will make it a sound that sounds good at least.
Yeah. So at what point did you figure out that music was more than just something that you loved?
Honestly, I wish there was one exact moment, but honestly, it's been a bunch of different moments. It's been the little moments that have been like, "Hey, here we go." When I'm ready to give it up, like I said, I felt like on saxophone, I hit the point where really the transition from saxophone to guitar was one of those that I was like, "Hey, forget this. I'm kind of over this," and that quit just the transition made it to where it was brand new again and made me kind of have that opportunity to learn something new, to have to put emphasis, to have to put time of practice and mind power of learning and trying to master something else. So,
Yeah, I like that though. I like that answer. So who were your biggest influences and how have they shaped how you play?
I mean, there's so many. I'm scared to say names because it's like, man, you forgot him or him or him. A lot of my biggest influences have been friends and peers. I listen to different music and different stuff, but the people that you see in person, you kind of get to feel the vibe or see what they're doing live is tends to be a little more of an impact for me as opposed to some records. And I do enjoy records and hearing different people, but there's so many like it would be impossible for me to name all of the greats. As far as like gospel, a guy named Jubu is definitely kind of one. Isaiah Sharkey. There's Ooh, man, there's so many. You know what? We won't even go down that road. Just know there's a lot, and mentally, It does. Chris on Kingfish is another kinda, I do love seeing younger musicians because that I feel like as long as I'm watching the younger crowd as I get older, I'll never get lost in what's coming next, and I feel like that, I meet different musicians who get older and they're like, "Hey, I feel like I'm so out of sync," and so forth. So that's kinda what I feel like as even though I'm not that old. No, I'm not that old at all. I'm still in my 30s, guys, I swear. I feel like me listening to those younger musicians is really what's gonna make this music thing, like, timeless for me to where I can continue, no matter what age I get.
That's so important to know that we can learn from anybody at any age. Anybody can come along and we can learn something from 'em.
Oh, that's it, man. Look, these 10-year-olds who are like, "Hey, what?"
Yes, you see them all over social media just tearing it up.
Oh, for sure.
It's pretty wild to see. And at one time, that was us, just not on social media.
Oh, man, social media is crazy, the impact that it's had. I remember, like you said, playing different instruments and why I said I was really more impacted and wanted to learn from different local musicians is because, I started playing at a time when social media wasn't as much out there. Like, yeah, there were videos, but I couldn't just pull up and say, "Hey, what, how does this work? What's the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7? What are these chords and what's a major, minor?" And me just be able to on the spot be able to say, "Hey, this is what it is." No, we had to kind of do the groundwork of listening and saying, "Hey, I think that's kind of what it sounds like," or this. And if you didn't know, you really had to have someone else
Yeah.
to show you. So if you didn't have those people, if you weren't listening to the next person beside you, then yeah, you couldn't really learn. And it's really hard mentally, like even how I approach music now and learning a song. When I was younger and starting, I couldn't go to the soundtrack and say, "Hey, what chord are you playing there?"
Yeah.
But I can go to my friend and say, "Hey,
What chord is this?
what chord is that?"
Yeah.
Oh, that what you played sounds closer to that soundtrack than what I played, or I wanna play that look. So
Yes.
that's why the community kind of was more my basics, of learning as opposed to being able to say, "Hey, this is Jimi Hendrix. Let me call him and say, hey, hey, Booty Shot, what was that solo like? Will you send me a tab?" Even though I didn't have tabs, I know what that was. Like, "Look, what is that?" Look, so it was great for me to be able to have those peers and have those friends. And I carry those even to today. Yeah.
Well, that's beautiful. So tell us about your journey as a musician before Josie J and Dessert. What were you doing and where were you going?
Doing, going, I'm still trying to figure that out. Grew up, played through high school, had some great opportunities, especially playing in even just like for Tennessee, like playing in jazz band and or even playing in like county or district and like winning some kind of accolades in saxophone. I got to play with a bunch of different groups. It was fun. Went to school in Chattanooga, so that was my basic kind of introduction into music. Is bigger than Knoxville outside of school stuff. Singing, something I don't usually talk about. My wife loves to laugh and say, "Hey, yeah, no, that's what he done for years." Like, look, so singing was another thing. So I sang in a men's chorus at UTC when I went to college under Dr. Roland Carter. Really phenomenal. Has some really great arrangements. Was a really great guy. His input and his teaching kind of taught me that there's so much more to this. Where you think you're learning, you're just kind of starting that fingernail tip, like you hadn't even got to the hand yet. In that, it made me want to expand. So I started a band with my roommate, Curtis Warner, called Pure Sound in Chattanooga. And we had some opportunities of doing some different stuff. Really great musicians, really great singers. Everyone in the band, without naming everyone, is still singing, doing stuff like we have the one of the singers is in over a really big praise and worship team in Florida now. Curse is still playing saxophone. Just everyone is yet. It's great to see that we all still have that love for music, and that's kind of so getting that having that many people around you all be focused on the same thing really kind of propelled me to want to go to those next steps and see, hey, where this music thing takes. So, like I said, play piano at church, so kind of over the music department there now. So it's kind of a big step, and it is great, and it lets me be able to show the different talents of being able to play so many different instruments that if someone's not there, I can still fill in. It really kind of it pushes me that to say like, hey, this is kind of why God put you in this position or gave you these gifts is to be able to make sure that whatever's needed can be done.
So tell everybody how you ended up joining Josie J and Dessert.
Joining Josie J, I had done a show with a really great friend of mine, Frank Shezerick. Been around him my whole life. If you listen to the interview with him, you hear really similar kind of background. So Frank gave me a call. We had just played a show. He called and we had done a like a first Saturday, first Friday, something show. I don't even remember, but it's all music at that point. Um, really great team. It was great. So Lauren Art came and like kind of blasted the show. It was like, man, kind of great. Part of the musicians I never even played with. It was kind of like a here meet and greet. We're gonna make this work. We're gonna vibe, and it all worked out. So after that, he come in, he was like, "Hey, man, would you be open to maybe playing like that type music outside again? Like I know the way you kind of hit your like I'm happy, I'm doing this, this, and this. Look, family, kids are good. Look, yeah, would you be open to maybe spend some time playing music outside the house again or outside church and so forth?" And I was like, "Yeah, you know what? Sure." It was like a, "Hey, all right, yeah, we got this show. I'm gonna send you these songs, and I think yeah, we got this show that's coming up." And I think it was like kind of this is the same week of. He's like, "Hey, hey, it's on a Friday." Like, yeah, it's like on Friday. I'm like, okay, there's gonna be some other people there, right? Look, because literally, I'm looking at the set list and I'm like, sir, I don't know if I've heard half of these songs. Look, this is not Frankie Beverly and Maze. This is not. Hey, what is going on here? Look, I don't see any ascension. Are you sure you called this Dwight? Like the normal one? Like, yeah. So he was like, "No, you got it." He's like, "Yeah, well, at least, yeah, we'll kind of see. There will be another guitar player there, and you know what? You'll just come play, fill in, do some ad lib stuff, make it sound good. That part got you. I play church all day long. Guess what? We have no set list. You're gonna just go with the whatever comes up and make it sound good, or so pastor doesn't look at you crazy."
Right.
So I kind of get that idea. Long story short, I think this is probably like a Tuesday or something like that. By Wednesday or Thursday, he's like, "Hey, what are you doing tonight? We're gonna be practicing." And it's like, "Oh, okay, look, yeah, like yeah, you just sent me this song that's like yesterday. Who's practicing? Like I'll see you at the show, and do like what we said. Like I'll add some little ad libs. Look, tingling, look, ding, 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 ding. That's all I got for you, sir. Right? So, go to practice. He's like, "Man, just come and practice. You can at least see kind of what we're doing." Oh, okay. I should have known there was a setup right there.
He's calling you out, Frank.
It was at that point I should have known. Look, he's got me. He's like, "Hey, yeah, just come and practice. Sit in. And, yeah, we'll sit and talk and laugh or whatever. Yeah, cool. Hey, what? Get to practice. Hey, where's your stuff at? Like, what?" I'm not trying to walk in the door with anything at that point. "Oh, sir, this is a long way to go. What are we doing?" So same week of that first call or text, and we're gonna make it work. Look, so I get there, I'm like, all right, no guitar player. We'll make this kind of somewhat work. Where's he at? Okay, we're all right. There's two guitar players, so yeah, it's got to be. Yeah, this is gonna be really easy. Like, hey, I'm looking up pictures, everything at this point. Like, hey, I know. All right, I see he's in the band. Who's not in the band? Who's okay? Yeah, yeah. The guy who was playing keyboard, is really good friends with the guy who played keyboard at church with me at the time, so I was like, "You know what? Hey, he's gonna be there." We're really great. Yeah, look, I got keyboards, guitars. Hey, everything is gonna be great. Look, I get to do little ad lib stuff. So long story short, I guess obviously with me telling this story, you guys know that yeah, it's something that's not exactly how this show went.
That's not how it happened, not as we had planned it.
Well, I mean, don't get me wrong, the show went great. The vibe, everything was great. But we get there, we'll say one of the people happened to be sick.
Yes.
So
One was sick and one didn't show.
yeah, that part. So it really had me like, are we gonna start this show? And where's the key? Oh, the keyboard player. He's out of town driving a truck.
Yeah, he was driving a truck then. So it was me, you, Mike, Frank,
Uh-huh.
and Pops
Yeah.
on the sax.
And the only person playing chords is me. I'm looking like, oh, hold on. Time out, pause, pineapples, all the stories, all the, yeah. Pineapples, somebody help me, like, help me. Like, I'm looking like,
I think we all were at that point, but it was such a fun show.
and that was really like been that introduction. It showed that, hey, we could really make this work, and we could kind of turn something that was supposed to be all types of craziness and drama and all that into something that was fun. We literally went out and we said, hey, even if I don't know every chord, like, and you played this, if we can hold the bass line below me, look, I can make some chords, even if it isn't the right chord. We're gonna make it sound good. So from earlier, make it sound good. Even if it isn't that the exact thing that someone else would play. Be you, make it sound good. And have fun. Like, clearly, that was the thing. We had a blast that night. Everyone smiled. Everyone laughed. We're still like meeting each other at this point. Like, it's the same week of look, but we're like, we're gonna make it work. So we did, and everyone smiled. Can't say any negative things were said. It was just like, hey, nope, we went out there, we killed this show. Great. And I'm like, hey, I got this call. Look, I played once. See y'all later. I'm thinking, hey, this is like, Frank before, like, said we just played a show, where it was common that, yeah, people may call and say, hey, we play this, and yeah, great. Or, hey, now we need you for something else. But it was more like a here and there. Here's the set list. All right, make it work, and I'll see you in 3 weeks. Can you make this put that on your calendar? This is it. That's the show. We're done over. That was not the case.
Nope.
Well,
You got the permanent spot as lead guitar in Josi J and Dessert from that point. So what do you think about listening to some local music?
it sounds great to me. Let's make it happen.
Amber streetlight birds through the window made their home in her flyaway hair, shrouding her, surrounding her, a halo aglow, kissing every last strand as I stare, wondering just what I'd done to deserve her. As the sight snatched the breath from my lungs, and my heart through the tears saw a great golden blur, and it knew she's the one. wondering just what I'd done to deserve her, as the side snatched the breath from my lungs, and my heart through the tears saw a great golden blur, and it knew she's the one. Oh, my heart through the tears saw a great golden blur, and I knew, and I know you're the one. Bi-monthly I'm going to therapy. I'm trying my best to write songs. I let people tell me they love me, and I try not to tell them they're wrong. Some say you can't love others until you love yourself. Speaking on behalf of us with imperfect mental health, but I don't see how that can be true when so much of me is my love for you. And why would I hurt somebody else when I can't take any bad thing out on myself? If there's anything that's true for me, if there's anything I've learned, I've gotta live with the bridges I've built and the bridges that I've burned. Got an arsenal of answers that I use to survive. Distract, devote, consume, fawn and self-deprive. Because why would I hurt somebody else when I can't take any bad thing out on myself? It's hard for me to understand how you're still here, steadfast in your belief this fog will clear. I can't make any sense of what you see in me when I'm drinking up the waters of the self-hating sea. I worry it's too late to paint myself anew, but if I can't do it for me, then I'll do it for you. Is that wrong? Is that wrong? Am I wrong? Am I wrong? 'Cause why would I hurt somebody else when I can't take any bad thing out on myself? There's all this love that hums somewhere deep inside of me, and it's all reserved for others and something that I never see. And is it healthy? No, but it's what I do to cope. We're all doing whatever whatever we can to cope. Bi-monthly I'm going to therapy. I'm trying my best to write songs. I let people tell me they love me, and I try not to tell them they're wrong. Started off driving an hour just to sleep beside her. 3rd floor, 1-bed apartment, no elevator. Snuggled up close till we got tired. A kiss goodnight, and then scoot to our separate sides of her childhood bed-sized twin. I'm pressed against the wall, our pillows overlapping, twisting to accommodate her cat between us napping. Now we just walk a few feet to our bedroom down the hall. A pillowy, plush queen bed with room for both to sprawl. Except when now we slumber, it's close and warm and soft. I need her there to touch, to hold, to ground my drifting off. Deep in sleep she follows me each time I toss or turn, like dancing puzzle pieces tossed unconsciously to yearn. My mother told me I didn't have to look, as if she didn't know that I had to look. The flowers on the casket were bold against the white. I stood there, stoic, silent still, and paling at the sight. Beneath her skin the blood ran not, the toxins did their job. with makeup and formaldehyde. Time itself was stalled. I scoured for some traces of the Nana that I knew, and willed my mind to overlook the fake, the waste, the skew. They painted on a face that I had never seen before. The fuchsia dress was something that she never would have worn. Fake nails upon her fingers, pink rouge upon her cheek. They tried their best, but death it had her marked for o'er a week. When you leave the living, there's nothing left to see. It does no good to hold on to a body ceased to be. For every other flying, swaying, swimming thing on earth, death is just as natural as its close companion, birth. When my time has come to leave the ones I love behind, and carry nothing with me but the knowledge I was kind, do not let this body fall into the hands of men who tried to make me look as if I were alive again. I refuse to leach into the soil and the stream for purposes no grander than a money-sucking scheme that tarnishes my memory, the image I now see of her. I lie awake at night and wish it leave me be. So take me to the body farm and study how I go, or let me be a vessel for a cure, for life, for hope. If ashes go to ashes and dust blows back to dust, and bury not but plant me, if to ground return I must. Let me fuse with water clear, with dirt and seed and light. Let me grow into a perch for weary birds in flight. And if you seek my presence, loved one, come sit here with me, and realize that this tree and you apart can never be.
That was Lauren Oxford. Catch her on all streaming platforms and all social media, and keep an eye out for her next release.
Can we do it?
Welcome back. Welcome back.
I'm here.
What'd you think, Dwight? Did you like that?
Hey, man, it's always great. Look, great music, great vibes, look, great days.
Yeah, I thought you'd like that. So we'll just jump right back into it. So you are a member of Josie J and Dessert.
That says a lot. That's a whole mouthful right there.
Yes, it's very different than being a solo artist, having to deal with all the different personalities. And how do you think about your career within the context of the band?
I'm happy to see kind of where we're going and to see what the future holds. So much stuff that's not even being kind of spoke about yet is great. We were able to kind of all take and put our hand in towards our put our heart in, our time, sweat, tears, happy times, sad times, mad times, all that into to making this what it is now and what it's gonna become. I feel like only the surface has been scratched of kind of where this is going and what's gonna come about from it.
Yeah, I think so too. I'm really excited about this project that we have coming out, especially since no one really knows what is going on.
Yeah, total different vibes, different feelings. You never know what to, yeah, it's just total different. Yeah.
It is an evolution. It is an evolution of Josie J and Dessert, and I'm very excited about it. I'm excited that you're a part of it. So how do you balance being a band member and a music director in church and having a family and having a job and all the things?
Is anybody selling some extra time? Like just in case, look, I feel like kind of that guy. Look, it's like, look, you looking for no, nothing to do with drugs, but I'm looking for a dealer. If anybody has some extra time that you can like sell,
If you had a clone, what would their name be?
Rick, J.
I know you were going to say that. So, Rick James, how do you balance all of that?
I don't know if I actually do balance it, but it works out. Literally, like they say, if you love something, you'll make time, you'll find time for it, and that's kind of what happens. And God's kind of worked my life out to where at the time when I was started with the band, my life and the kids and my home life and everything was transitioning to a point to where it gave me the opportunity to be able to make it all work. That's kind of how I knew that door opening was meant for me. Because before that, I realistically couldn't. Like a little bit about me. So, loving wife, and then we have 5 kids. So, having 5 kids, and when they were little, everyone playing sports, my time was very given to them. If I wasn't at their games, I was coaching their games or coaching little league for some other kids. So much of my time was always in that. Once they got open the door to make it to where it was possible for me to be able to say, "Hey, now I can show myself the love that's needed to be able to say, hey, Dwight, you love music, go do that, go to work." But then, yeah, I can go to work and still go to the gym and love on myself there because, yeah, like everyone, when you get to a certain age, you gotta keep yourself going. Yeah, sitting at a desk can be really demanding. If you're not careful, this job can really make a man of you. Especially in the weight gain department. But
Yeah, we have to keep moving. If you don't use it, you lose it.
exactly. So this opportunity really helped me keep moving in music as well, and be able to say, "Hey, let's not let these gifts go to waste." So a lot of my days do look like I'm going to work. I'm planning sometimes music for church as I work and talking to people, my other helpers at church, who kind of help get the praise and worship team together, having that all together, then leaving work to go to the gym, and then leaving the gym to eat on my way to practice or at practice for Josie J and literally by the time I get home is play at the kids smile, laugh a few times, watch half a show, and it's sleep time. So it can be a filling day, but it's also a very fulfilling day. It gives me purpose to have so much kind of going on. So it takes away that aspect of boredom or kind of just laziness there.
Yeah, yeah, it definitely does. I can't tell you how many times I've been like, we're gonna have practice. And then we get into practice and it's so fulfilling. It's always wonderful. So, how do you approach growing as a musician and staying sharp? What does your practice routine look like?
A lot of my practice is I mean, like I said, we have rehearsals and stuff, but Richard Gallagher, really phenomenal guitarist. He talked to me when I was really at a younger age and kind of starting out music, and that was kind of one thing. He's like, "Yeah, no, you practice before you come to rehearsal," and so that was something I took and kind of took to heart, and still to today kind of hold true to that. So my practice is outside of rehearsal. Yeah, it's great to have rehearsal and we get to goof off sometimes and try different stuff, but practicing is something that you develop at home. So when and I say this for a lot of church musicians, regular every musician, If only people could see the nights where you're up at 11 o'clock and everyone else in the house is sleeping. You're like, hey, let me go through and I'm working this out or this out on piano or have a guitar in my hand with one Bluetooth and no amp going because I don't want to wake everyone else up in the house. But that training and that love, that practice is what's gonna show when you're playing. So where you don't have that nervousness, where you can play and it really kind of be accepted by the audience because you want them to feel exactly what you're trying to deliver. Stuff that's done in the dark, like say, what comes to light, that is exactly, kind of what my practice is. The time I'm spending at home, that wood chop that, hey, I can't get this lick. I grew up in an era where, hey, everything wasn't easily accessible. So I still try to push myself a lot is listen to the song, try to say, hey, Dwight, what is that chord? Figure it out without always going straight to YouTube. Like so many people is like, if there's not a tab or if there's not something online for them to look at, they can't figure out what a song's gonna do. And that doesn't work on the fly. It doesn't work when you have a show and someone says, hey, no, I need you to vibe with this. You can't always depend on guitar tabs or something else to be or chordify to be able to find and show you chords to play. That's really kind of what I feel like is amazing for that time period that I grew up in. It taught you to really be that musician beyond.
It taught us how to be resourceful. There have been quite a few times that I've been like, I don't have any internet. I don't have any cell service. What am I going to do about this? Do you know the words to?
I'll not be up there saying watermelon, watermelon.
There have been so many times I've been like, oh my gosh, do I know the words? But luckily, with all the time that we have spent practicing and rehearsing and all of that, for the most part, I've got it. There are a few that have some nonsense lyrics. Absolute nonsense.
One song.
I know a couple songs with nonsense lyrics, and I'm like, what? How am I? Toe Jam football. Who says that?
Crazy. Yeah.
So, what is something about the business side of music that nobody talks about enough?
When we say business, usually a lot of people think strictly finances. So I'm not going to base it just on that. But speaking like some friends who are in kind of some bigger positions, it allows them to view music differently, business wise, because the constraints aren't the same. And me, in that same aspect, I work a normal job as well, which is makes it to where I'm not banking on, hey, if I don't make this next gig, I'm not gonna eat tonight.
Yeah.
So that can make business wise my mind frame totally different. The business side that people don't talk about is that it's a mentality. That mentality of, hey, me loving music enough to where I do it outside, even though I don't have to, as a way of income. And don't get me wrong, it subsidizes my income and it makes to where life is comfortable. But it allows me to really show my passion for it as opposed to someone who's just, hey, I have to do everything I can to where it's almost a fight or flight mode just for every gig. It can create a job aspect as instead of the business love for it.
We've both seen that multiple times, not just within our own circle, but outside our circle too.
Oh, for sure, for sure. Yeah, business wise, music is gonna be music. Just being honest, and there's the good, bad, and ugly of it. I can't name one musician who can't tell you a horror story. From and it starts from the show. Look, not even just us. From booking agents to, yeah, everyone has their story. Promoters, venues, yeah. So bar owners, restaurant, everyone has a story, and it's totally different. It's the business side is getting to the point where we can all hopefully relate and not sympathize, but empathize with what other people are going through to where everything works fluidly. So many people, business wise, can't do that now. All they see is me, mine, me, myself, and my, and it creates a disruption. Mm, my word for the day is love walk. That's how I try to live my life. I feel business side is when we as musicians, venue owners, everyone, we all kind of start to truly love each other and see beyond it. It's gonna make everything in this music business run a lot more. Audience as well. Look, you guys met Luke. You don't realize it, but look, business side, that's sometimes the easy part. You guys giving us the vibe and the feedback can be the deciding factor in a musician, you know what I mean? And hey, let's play tonight or I'm so over this and I'm ready to go. So yeah, definitely an asset. Don't ever undervaluate you guys as well.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's really sound advice. I think outside of the band, just in our community in general, if we could see more musicians really just loving on each other and saying, "Hey, you're great,"
Yeah, yeah.
or "Hey, you killed that," or, just
And it is this.
real compliments. If we could give each other real compliments.
Man, it's crazy. Like I watched a video of an artist the other day, and that was kind of his biggest thing is he's done a lot of big tours, and he was talking about the difference between local artists and musicians. He was like, "Is tour musicians what you get to? Everyone's building each other up. They're like, hey, great, look, we've all kind of gotten here. Local is so easy for everyone to kind of feel like I gotta claw this person down so I can get this show, or claw this person down or everyone. It feels like they're all fighting over these same shows. So I music wise, I'll go ahead and tell you, a lot of stuff I don't always take just because I don't want to feel like I'm in that battle where I'm just, hey, I'm having to pull someone else down to get something. That's not the person. That's not my love walk. That's not how I ever want to live. And I wish so many more people seen that. Like that, hey, that's what's for me is gonna come from me. And I can tell this guy how great he played on a show and still be called for a next show. There's enough venues around town. There's enough to where that whoever that person you think is the best musician in town, guess what? They can only play one show at a time.
Yeah.
They can be at one venue at a time. So if there's 20 shows in town, guess what? He can't play them all. Look, learn.
Exactly
Look,
right.
so I say to you again, you're good. Be you, show you, and those doors are going to open. You don't always have to be that, hey, I am the best at this, and this. Be you, be good, do the practice, do what you need to do to make yourself a successful musician.
Yeah, and I think that's absolutely wonderful advice. So I'm gonna let you pick the music this time. What do you think?
Let's see. I got you. We'll find a good one right here.
I'm just a no good nothing, son of a good woman. Oh, I can feel it coming. Truth set me free. Let's just put it on the table. Baby, I hope you're able, to love me when it's over and you see me in the light. I am a pistol of fire. Come on, baby, bring me higher. I want you to set me free, yeah. Set me free, set me free. were babies. I remember a life when kids were just crazy. It didn't take much time for the world to 180. Feels like that simple life is just an arm's length from me. But everything's changing. Everything's changing. Everything's changing. Everything's changing. I'm only 22, but I've seen the shift in culture. We don't love deep anymore, we get bored of truth. The generations go by with fewer years between them. When I was a child, I was allowed to be one. But everything's changing. 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 I remember a time when babies were babies. I remember a time when kids were just crazy.
That was Liv Noel, the trio out of Nashville, Tennessee. Check them out on all streaming platforms and all social media and give them a shout.
Can we do it? Can we do it?
Thank you so much for picking that. I loved it.
Great, great. Well, see, look, open our eyes, seeing some new music. It's always great.
It's always wonderful to expand our mind, evolve a little bit more. So, we'll talk about your mindset now. So, you are in Josie J and Desserts, not to name drop a million times.
Well, hey, you said mindset. I thought you were trying to get my brain. My wife is still working there. It's still good luck.
Good luck, Alicia. I'm so sorry. So, being in a 6-piece band, it's a lot of personalities, a lot of schedules, a lot of moving parts. How do you navigate that and stay focused on the music?
One day at a time. That's realistically it. That's all you can do is look one day at a time. Try to stay focused and make the most of your time. Be appreciative for the little time that you have. That you know what I mean, where you have those breaks. But then we don't have. Yeah, it's not going to hurt you to spend that time usefully. Like when I talk about being at work and navigating, and I have a call or a text say, "Hey, all right, we're going to change this song and this," or I mean, so what Josie said. She'll tell you I'm a lot of times showing up to shows or practice with pieces of paper that have the songs written down and what key this is and that's in, making those mental notes to where even if I hadn't spent as much time as I liked on a song, at least I can at least spend the time in putting and having notes and being prepared to where if something happens I always have something to fall back to, something to look at to where so we can make ourselves look as great as possible.
Yeah. One day at a time applies in so many different ways. So many different ways. So, how you handle a bad show or a night where things just don't click?
You don't what is that? What do you mean things don't click? What you miss people miss notes? Like what do you mean? Like look, you bomb solos? Like who does that? Look, we Victor Wooten over here. There are no wrong notes until you hear me play one.
Happy little accidents.
I mean, realistically, it's part of the game. Literally, I don't know any perfect man yet, or there is no perfect man walking this earth, anyways. So, stuff is gonna happen. Learning to smile at it, roll with it, and I am appreciative for kind of like since I went there with the Victor Wooten comment. You know, he said there's no wrong notes. It is kind of resolving. Like you're never more than half a step away from a right note. That I'm mentally makes you think about it like totally different there and say, hey, you know what? That's kind of the name of the game is even on a bad night, did it sound good? We are our own biggest critics so many times. So again, that's that you're good saying all that comes from that. You're good because hey, half the time we're saying, hey, oh, I bombed that, and that'll be the same night that someone will come to you after and say, man, that was the best solo ever. And you're looking dumbfounded like, "No, no way. Huh, come on, like, I bummed that." Yeah, so that never more than a half step away is so true, but everyone who's at your show is not a musician. They're not listening with the same ears that I have through time and through doing this so long. Good lord. I guess I've been playing music. I mean, of course, more than half my life, but a lot of my life, I was probably starting I mean playing on drums and stuff. I was elementary school. I was already playing instruments and stuff. So yeah, this is a long time that I've kind of had in it. So it's not something I learned overnight, but it is something that I still learn every day. Is look, stop being your biggest critic, Dwight. Look, stop being so hard on yourself. You're good. Look, keep going. Look. So one bad show, guess what? There'll be another one. You probably mess up it too, but there'll be another one. Do all you can to prepare for it. And when I say that, I don't mean just go out and bomb shows and say, hey, I'm not going to do my rehearsal or do my part. If you do that behind the scenes, the in the dark stuff, do the practice. Do what you need. Prior proper preparation prevents something poor performance. Um, Doing that part makes everything else work out. As long as you're doing that part, if some bombs, guess what? Life's gonna happen.
You just roll with
There you
it.
go.
Yeah. So, what does creative burnout look like for you, and what do you do to come back from it?
You should have asked that question at the same time as the last one too. Creative burnout when I'm thinking, hey, this is the same thing. I have to mentally say the same thing. I hear that, hey, this is 1 5 6 4. Oh, that's that chord progression. It's the same thing. Everyone else is doing this over and over again. To other people, it's like, that makes no sense. They have no idea what a 1 a 5 a 6 a 4 what that it there's not a deciding it. Oh, you played a major 7 or just playing this major. They're not particularly always hearing that. They want, oh, it sounds good. Guess what? If you're playing the same chords over and over, they don't particularly know. Their ears aren't trained to hear that. So when I hear creative burnout, I hear musician creative burnout because the burnout isn't particularly in the music or in the stuff. It's just we're sick of hearing the same stuff over and over. So mentally, we're not taking on or putting ourselves in the spot. That same song with different lyrics could be completely a different game changer for someone else. In their hearing, they don't know that it's the same chords. It felt good on that song. It felt good on this song and the lyrics are different. And the bass drum hits on the 3 instead of the 1 on this one. And get hey, and somebody can't clap. That little difference is all it takes to for a song to be different and great. I want to play great to that audience. I don't always want to feel like I'm just playing for musicians because it's easy to get in that thing like, no, I gotta play every lick, every this because that's what this musician's here. He's gonna hear it, and that's what he wants to hear. He wants me to play this. And realistically, I can you can strum 3 chords And if it sounds good, if it feels good, the audience is interacting, who cares?
Yeah, who cares? I would love to say that Aerosmith has heard of us and they're going to be at our show, but
Realistically, that's not who's at your show. We want to place our crowd, and playing to our crowd is gonna make our crowd bigger, and that's what's gonna make us be who we are. And let us get better. Yep, get better. Love walk, love people, make them smile, make them feel appreciated, and yeah, be great people.
so what has being a guitarist taught you about yourself as a musician that you couldn't have learned another way?
Definitely guitars by all means, and I love my instrument. All of them have taught me different stuff. Being a guitar specifically has taught me from that young age, like I told you earlier, being 10, don't give up.
Yeah.
Even if you do give up, don't keep giving up.
Right. Go back.
Um, So we'll talk about that little break. So yeah, so I was 10 when I started playing. I said, by 5th grade, forget this. I don't want anything to do with it. Y'all can have it. My fingers hurt. Nobody's paying me for this. I'm going to ride my bicycle around the block and play with rocks like everybody else. It was about 16 or 15 that I started back playing. So that's a 5 or 6 year difference. I think about, man, what if I kept playing the whole time? What if I had been, but it doesn't matter. The biggest thing is I didn't give up. And now I play guitar. I don't even think about my fingers hurting. Like the calluses is built up to where I don't even, it's not even a thought. And I've played we've played 4 or 5 hour shows and I'm still like, oh yeah, someone else look can come in that first day and hold a chord for 3 seconds and be hurting. Don't give up. Life will teach you those lessons that as long as you don't give up, you will build callus that'll get you through to where the same feelings that hurt that you feel, you may not feel that next day. So that same 10-year-old, I wish I could tell him, look where you are now.
I'm picking up that every instrument has its own little lesson that it can teach people.
Oh yeah, look. Drums, sticks are expensive. No. That's what I pick up now. As I get older. I grew up like playing like sticks are cheap. Like literally, played my heart out and literally would bang and play around. We had a really great drummer at the church I grew up in. And he's in Nashville now, still been really great. We're not even gonna say names. But yeah, he's phenomenal. He's a tour musician. He's been in Africa, different places. And I remember just sitting back. When we couldn't play, we used to just have to beat on the seats and watch him play. So we all had sticks. I say the sticks are expensive because I found on drums. I could play my heart. I could give all the energy I had in playing and beating drums and break sticks and do all this stuff. Now as I'm older, I think differently. So I say, hey, bro, look, I see dollar signs snap every time I break a stick now. So yeah. So you see me on drums, even like at one of Josie's. And look, I don't hit as hard as I used to because it's expensive. Look, yeah, like, hey, come on, let's make this. We got to make the most of this.
Yes, we do. So, what do you think most emerging musicians get wrong about building a sustainable career?
I always want to push every musician to follow your passion, make the most out of it. Be that, hey, you know what? I'm gonna make this my job, and I'm gonna continue. But I've realized being around so many musicians and so forth, a lot of them still have normal jobs. I went to the gym at practice or before practice yesterday, and I seen a really great drummer that I played with at Knoxville Opera Gospel Choir and some different stuff, and he plays around. He's playing all the time. Guess what? He was working.
Mhm.
Oh, wait, doesn't it doesn't take away from you being a musician, being providing or opening those doors. I thought for sure, like, no, that's the whole end game is everyone has to be a touring musician and everyone has to, that's all you can do. And granted, God will open doors and make stuff to where it happens if you want. But don't feel defeated because you're not there now. We're in social media age, so there's a lot of musicians, there's a lot of stuff online, and plenty of them will tell you. I watched the guy. He said, "I said what you don't see is like, how do you go from this to this? And you see him on this stage and he's playing in front of like 20,000 people. And then he's like, the tour ended that next week. And it was like right back to normal. And he's like eating normal food. And he's like, hey, what am I gonna do next? It's so easy to get caught up in the thought that, hey, everyone is constantly touring all year long. That's all they do is they tour and they do this. And every musician you see is all doing that. And it's not true.
That's not true at all.
It's not.
And when you get to the point where you are touring, like it takes so much work to get there.
Oh yeah.
And you're right. Don't kids, it doesn't happen overnight. This is have you ever seen the movie Rockstar with Mark Wahlberg and Jennifer Aniston?
Uh-huh.
So the whole premise of the movie is he is this huge fan of this big band in the 80s. And he plays in a cover band.
Oh.
Well, the lead singer quits the band and he gets the job because some of the band members saw him perform.
Hey, yeah.
Dream, right? Absolute dream. So it just goes from him being in this little cover band into being into the band he wanted to be.
Exactly. But if he had given up in that cover band by saying, hey, guess what? I'm not playing in front of these thousands of people, they would have never got to see him. We would have never had that opportunity. So sometimes it is just keep on trucking the little engine that could. Hey, I say that to say I've had a lot of really great opportunities and stuff that I'm appreciative for. Even being the person I am, even still working a regular job, I've still been able to and still go on tour. Even when Josie sitting across the table from me, look, we've got some fun places. We've done Daytona, we've got Bike Week, and I still have people asking all the time, like, "Hey, and people that you would think don't even see you.
Yeah.
They're literally like, hey, why don't y'all do the Bike Week over here? Or why don't they bring you guys to Myrtle Beach? Because that would be and so little stuff like that is crazy. The impact that when you think no one's looking,
Yeah. You think no one's looking and they're watching the whole time.
yeah, literally so from Daytona, Mississippi, Texas with you, man, it's like some of the first times,
Mississippi was
oh yeah, we had a blast. Look, sleeping beside the water, look, laughing, smiling, goofing off all night.
And we actually had a break before we had to go to Texas.
Oh yeah,
So that was
Texas heat is heat prepared.
brutal. Brutal. Especially on that bus. When we were almost where were we going? Port Aransas, Texas.
No, I know. Corpus Christi, wherever we were going down there, someone cut the heat on and did not cut it off. Like I don't know what was going on.
I think that was God that turned the heat on. I think it was God that turned the heat on.
He reminded me, he said, yeah, forget hell. I don't know. No, I'm not. Yeah. If that's what it is, I am not prepared.
Oh, I know. It was like 100 degrees outside of the bus.
Oh, yeah.
And then there we were in our bus with no air.
No, we actually had the AC and it still was hot. Like,
I don't think we had the AC yet. But regardless, it was hot.
yeah, that was a learning.
Oh, tempers flared. Tempers flared.
Like, all to get to next to the beach to play music. Yeah, let's get next to the beach to play music and not even get in the beach. What is this? Like, this is not like, yeah.
We got to smell the sea.
Smell the salt water and play music. And then, yeah.
Oh, it's so much fun, though. The next 2 shows in one day.
Yeah.
What were we thinking? It was worth it.
Yeah, it was a great experience. I mean, I had a blast. Interested to see what the next one's going to be, where we're going to be, how annoying I can be on the bus with you. You know, if no one says it, I'm definitely the troublemaker. Who's going to cause drama and say craziness?
Yeah. Oh, drama. It's all in good fun.
Yeah, no, I'm the one to say craziness. Josie's going to, yeah. We know who, look, princess. Look.
I am a princess, but I'm also the one to go HR, and let y'all know you can't say that. You can't say that stuff, guys. Not that it's anything terrible. Somebody has to. That's why I'm a princess. I'm actually the queen.
You see?
Because I have to be the mama on the road and be like, no, you can't do that. Don't do that.
Well, see, it's another, and it's one time at band camp. That's all I got for you.
One time at band camp. What do you think about? Let's listen to some more music.
Bip bobbity boop bop boo boo bop boo boo.
That's one way to end it.
Tried so hard to love you, never putting myself before you. Learn young to look the other way. Did you ever stop to wonder if your sadness took me under? You wouldn't like the girl who you wore down. You live like nothing can stop you. I think even you believe you. That's the tragic part of this whole thing. Eventually I made you believe.
the barroom, the way you and her lock eyes. I pretend I didn't see you though. I don't have a fight in me tonight. Last month I caught you creeping. Swore to me it'd be the last time. I'm not sure what you take me for. Prove yourself again to be a liar. How long till I just go insane? I love you, I hate you, you don't want me. I hate you, you tease me, don't fucking touch me. We fight and it's endless. Bad housewife affair. Barely holding it together now. Through fear and all your lies. You're not even that original. All sociopaths wear disguise. How long till I just go insane? I love you, I hate you, you don't want me. I hate you, you tease me, don't fucking touch me. We fight and it's endless. Bad housewife affair. The way you manage this production, masterfully manipulate the game. You're not getting one over on me now, burning them down in a rage. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. Don't tell your mama no lies. You dug your own grave, mister. Wrap up your sorry goodbyes. I love you, I hate you, you don't want me. I hate you, you tease me, don't fucking touch me. We fight and it's endless. Bad housewife affair. Use me, discard me, please. Leave me, I'm begging. My heart is stop burning. Throw my words back at me. And heave myself into shame.
That was Serena. You can find her everywhere. Make sure you tell her Creative Evolution sent you.
Can we do it?
All right, we're back.
We are back.
I
That's
put on my
right.
white voice for you.
So, Dwight, I'm so incredibly thankful and grateful that you're here and that you've done this interview with me and you've shared part of your story and your journey and what you think it is to be an independent artist and guitarist, part of a collective. So I would like to repay you by putting you in the hot seat. So for those of you
Pants. You
Hot
got
pants.
those. You got those hot pants. I ain't wearing no hot pants, bro. No leather pants. You can put me in the hot seat, but I ain't putting no leather pants.
Yeah,
No.
I got some you can wear while you're in the hot seat if you like.
I said Rick James, but I didn't say I'm wearing hot pants. I mean, man, come on now, man.
So for those of you who do not know, the hot seat is a this or that or short answer game that we play where I ask the questions and my guest answers as quickly as humanly
This is gonna
possible.
be interesting. I didn't even know that. Look, I mean, you should have gave me a heads up. Like, can we do a trial round practice?
If Fred has been listening,
I listened to the beginning of it. Y'all gotta listen to this. See, she got me.
guitar or drums,
Guitar,
electric or acoustic,
electric,
neo soul or another genre,
neo soul,
studio or stage,
stage,
rehearsal or performance,
performance,
playing in a band or solo,
band,
Knoxville or anywhere else in the world.
pineapples.
Small, intimate venue or massive festival.
Both. Massive festival.
Writing original music or performing covers?
Original.
Morning rehearsal or late night session?
In between.
The or.
Late night, but not too late. Yeah.
Not too late.
Got able to work in the morning there.
One legendary show or 100 solid ones?
Her and solid.
The guitarist who inspires you the most?
Jonathan Dubose. And when you guys see his facial expressions, I'm not brave enough to do that on stage. But yeah, Pastor Jonathan Dubose is
The song you wish you had written?
just the two of us. Cause simple, easy. Man, it's crazy how big it was. Yeah.
Right? What is one thing most people don't know about you?
I am actually kind of an introvert as much extrovert as I give a lot of time, like my dad. And it took me getting older to realize and oh, and concept. Yeah, we'll talk about it. Anxiety.
Yeah.
Yeah, we talk about look. So yeah, I'm definitely the introvert, and sometimes being in like having a lot of sounds and different stuff, or being in big stages, it can like but I've just learned to deal with it, because I know kind of the destiny that God has for me. So at the end of the day, I'm trusting that, hey, this is all gonna work out how it's supposed to. And that is kind of the driving force. But if it wasn't for that, literally I'm a tourist. I can eat the same thing over and over. Give me a good steak, medium rare, please.
The only way.
Yeah, see, I mean, but I'm really simple in a lot of things, and I can eat the same things. I can do the same thing over and over, and it's okay. And that's probably propelled me as a musician too. That yeah, I'm okay with doing the same things and getting better at it. Yeah.
Yeah. What is the single most important piece of advice that you would like to give to our listeners or any independent artist who's trying to build a long term creative career?
Hmm. Again, like I said, it has nothing to do with music, and this is literally for every artist who's trying to uh, love walk, love people, be a good person. I mean, literally, when you walk your love walk, that's gonna it doesn't have just to do with loving people. When I say love walk, I mean love people enough to where, hey, guess what? I love Josie. I love the band members that are with me. So I'm gonna do the practice. I'm gonna do that behind the scenes stuff to make sure that I'm prepared for the show, that I make sure I'm prepared for rehearsal because I love you guys enough that it shows. So it goes from there. It goes from how I treat people at the shows, everyone in the audience, goes from everything. If you can walk a love walk, it's beneath you the places that you can go.
Yeah, absolutely. Where can people find you?
Oh, at work. No State Farm plugs here. Everyone always like Jake from State Farm. It'll be the Wonder from State Farm. Look, guitar from State Farm. State Farm picked up on that. Look, if you laugh and you guys literally pick me up to be the guitar playing insurance agent, I'm gonna die laughing at this interview later. But where you can find me, literally, you can find me. You can find me on Facebook. You can find me on Instagram. Most probably two easiest places to find me. Send me a friend request. I will probably accept it. And if you're a normal person, now if you look like a bot, I swear I'm hitting deny ASAP. But yeah, if you're a real person, you have friends, you have actual profile, you're normal, you're not gonna send me random crazy messages.
Or random pictures?
Yeah. Then we're yeah, you got that a lot more than me. You send me crazy pictures. You know what? We may laugh at them in practice. So
We probably will.
yeah.
We probably will.
But realistically, yeah, you can find me online. You can see me in person. Come to one of Josie J and Dessert shows. Find me at church. You can find me a few different places. If you really just want to, yeah, send me a message and say, hey, Dwight, what's your schedule look like this month? I'll shoot you something and let you know.
Yeah, absolutely. Don't be afraid to reach out. We are here to talk about it. We are here to grow
Dance
together.
about it.
To dance about it too.
Talk about it. All that.
That's exactly right. Anything else you want to say before we go?
Love on somebody. Carnes High School, thank y'all. No, that's where I get this country voice from. Yeah, I should have really I could have really went all the way there, for this show, but they didn't want to let me. Who is it talking about? Go down yonder, down to the holler over there, and we'll talk. Yeah, yeah. People would have no idea who I am or look like. But yeah, yeah.
Thank you.
All love, man. Thank you for having me. Thanks for your time, smiles. Thank y'all for listening, man.
Thank you all so much for listening. Dwight, thank you so much for being here, sharing your story, and bringing your incredible energy to my home today. So, we learned that having a day job doesn't diminish your identity as an artist, and that doing the hard work in rehearsal allows you to roll with the punches and embrace mistakes on stage. As Dwight reminded us today, you're never more than half step away from a right note. Most importantly, we learned that walking the love walk, genuinely loving people and making them smile, makes the business side of music run so much smoother. You can find Dwight on Facebook and Instagram at church or by catching him live on stage with me and Josie J and Dessert. Huge shout out to the independent artists featured in this week's episode: Lauren Oxford, Liv Noel, and Serena. Be sure to check out our show notes for all the links. Building a long term career is not magic, it's about discipline, thoughtful planning, and the courage to reinvent. Take a moment today and choose one area in your career where you will commit to becoming rock star good. Remember, questions always lead to answers, so keep asking. I'm Josie J, and until next week, your time to evolve starts right now.
Can we do it?